All right. On the 9C notes, we're going to talk about something called compound interest right now. It's going to sort of be an application of our exponential functions or whatever. And I'm going to try to simplify this thing down a little bit and talk about it a little bit more practically before we actually do the formula because I think the formula can be kind of hard to digest if we don't know kind of what we're doing here. So I'm going to start here. If we had 100,000 or $100 in a savings account that paid a 12% interest per year, okay, we want to find out how much money we would have. Okay, well that's a nice, easy exponential function. Okay, A is going to be 100. B, if you recall, is going to be 1 plus our rate. Our rate is 12%, so 1 plus 0.12, which is 1.12. Okay, so the amount of money we would have after a certain number of years would be 100 times 1.12 to the t power. Okay, and the y would be you know the amount of money we have after t years. Okay, that's what we looked at on 9A. That's what we looked at on 9B. And so, a 12% interest rate per year. So you have $100 every year. They give you 12%. So at the end of the first year, you're going to have 100 times 1.12. Okay. And then the second year, you're going to have $112. And then at the end of that, you're going to get 112 times 1.12, whatever that may be. Okay. And so on and so forth. Okay. So every year, okay, what this tells us is that every year, okay, your money multiplies by 1.12. Okay. So if you're getting paid 12% interest per year, okay, every year, however much money you have is going to multiply by 1.12 at the end of that year. Okay. Now, let's say we have a different scenario here. Okay. So up here we had this 12% interest per year and it was compounded once per year. You got your 12% once a year done. Okay. Now let's say we had $100 in an account that paid 12% per year compounded monthly. Okay. Compounded monthly. Okay. So what that means is this. Okay. If it's compounded monthly, you're not going to get 12% per month. Okay. You're going to get your 12% divided by how many months are in a year. How many months are in a year? 12, right? So that's going to be 0.01 or 1%. Okay. So what this means, okay, is, instead of, multiplying by 1.12 one time per year, okay, here the money is going to multiply by 0.01 or 1.01, I should say, okay, 1.01%, 12 times per year because there's 12 months. Okay. So since the money is compounded monthly, we're going to divide our rate, okay, of 12% to how many months, which is just 12 months. So we're going to gain 1% a month, okay, or our money is going to multiply by 1.01 every month, okay. Now the interest formula still uses years for t, so that's fine. So in this scenario, okay, we're going to earn 1% every month, okay, and that's 12 times per year. Now t is still our number of years, okay. So what's going to happen is here's what our formula is going to look like. Let's just say hypothetically, okay. Let's just say hypothetically, I want to go out here. So let's say how much after 2 years, right? So I want to say how much money I have after 2 years of this, okay. So I'm going to have my $100. Now I'm not multiplying it by 1.12, I'm multiplying it by 1.01. Okay, because I'm getting 1% every month. Instead of 12% at the end of the year just once, I'm just going to get 1% every month. Okay. After 2 years, how much do I have? Well, this thing is not going to be 2 anymore up here, okay? Because I'm getting 1.01% per month, okay? 2 years, okay? Think about 2 years. How many months is that? Well, it's 24 months. Okay? So what's going to happen there is you're going to have 100 times 1.01 to the 24th power, okay? So instead, on the original one up here, up top, okay, we had we had 100 times 1.12 to our number of years, our T number of years, okay? Well, now, if the interest is going to be compounded monthly, then my T needs to be in months, okay? My exponent, I should say, needs to be in months, okay? However, that's not really what the formula looks like, but this is what the formula is talking about, okay? So let's just see here real quick. The formula is going to look like this. Y equals our P. It's going to be 1 plus R over N. And the exponent is going to be to the NT power. Okay? Now, P is still our principal. Okay? R is still our rate. T is still our years. Okay? N is going to be a number of times compounded. Okay? It's our number of times compounded. Okay? So, let's go back to this. $100 an account that paid $12 or 12% per year compounded monthly. Okay. So what this would look like, P is 100. Okay. 1 plus our rate, which is 0.12 over 12. Okay. Because if it's compounded monthly, the number of times compounded is 12. Okay. And then our exponent, NT, is going to be 12T. Okay. When we simplify this thing out, it does exactly what we wanted to do. Okay. So when we simplify this thing out, ladies and gentlemen, 1 plus 0.12, 0.12 divided by 12 is 1.01. So this becomes 100 times 1.01 to the 12T power. Okay. So if we're going to try to do this, after 2 years, okay, that makes T equal to 2, right? And so if T is equal to 2, 100 times 1.01, and then we have 12 times 2 is 24, and that's how we arrive at what we had originally. Okay, 100 times 1.01 to the 24th power. Okay. Now I want to hang on to this for a second because I want us to think about our other scenario, the scenario that we had up top. Okay, $100 I paid 12% interest per year. Okay, 12% interest per year. So if we were to look at that one, let's talk about that one after 2 years. Okay, so if we're going to do that one after 2 years, it would be Y equals 100. I don't want to write it down here. I'm going to write it off to the side. Y equals 100. And this is the thing from up top. This is not the quarterly thing. Okay, so up top would be 100 times 1.12 to the second power. Okay. Uh, so let's think about which one's better. Okay, let's say which one's better. So my original one. Okay, we have y equals 100 times 1.12 to the second power. This is just I get 12% per year, and I want to find out how much I get after 2 years. Okay, if we go to our calculator here, I'm just going to use the Google calculator. It's easy. Okay, so we have 100 times 1.12 to the second power. So we have 100. So in the original scenario, we would have $125.44 after 2 years. Okay, that's getting 12% per year after 2 years. Okay, so going up, I'm going to clear the screen here. Okay, so for this one, okay, after 2 years, I would have $125.44. Okay, that's how much I would have for 2 years if I just got paid 12% interest per year. Okay, remember this scenario down here is 12% interest per year, but it's compounded monthly. Okay, so instead of that, okay, instead of getting 12% per year, I'm going to get 1% per month. Okay, so I'm going to get 1% per month. So I'm going to have 100 times 1.01. Okay, now if I'm getting 1% per month, okay, in 2 years, that's really 24 months, and that's where the NT sort of cooks into that formula right there to make it even out to where it's supposed to be. So in this scenario, after 2 years, 100 times 1.01 to the 24th power. Let's try that. So 100 times 1.01 to the 24th power, we have 126.97. Okay. So what happens is, since it's compounded monthly as opposed to compounded yearly, okay, it's still 12% per year, okay, but I'm splitting that 12% up into 1% each month. And it actually, the more it compounds, the more I'm going to get, okay, because after 2 years, just 12% per year, I just get 125.44, okay, but 12% per year compounded monthly, I end up with more money after 2 years, 126.97. All right, so I'm going to come down here. All right, you could try these 4 example problems if you need to. So 12% per year compounded quarterly, 12% per year compounded semi-annually, 12% per year compounded daily. Okay. So the formula for compound interest, like I said, is going to be P is equal, or check that, Y equals P times 1 plus R over N to the NT power. Okay. P is the principal, R is your rate, T is the number of years, N is the number of times per year that your money is compounded. Okay, so we can come do these practice problems down here. If you need another example over any of these, please feel free and come let me know while you're working here. We could talk about these 3 example problems here in a little bit, but try those out and then get to the bottom side here and get some of these done as you need to. And I'll be around to help. And feel free to work with each other and collaborate. And have a good day.